FORMULATRIX MANTIS is a small, versatile and precise liquid dispenser, and it's perfect for assays, cell culture and most importantly, design of experiments. The Mantis uses small microfluidic chips to take your liquids and dispense them onto your output plate. So here's how you run an experiment on a Mantis using Synthace. First, you can make your workflow in Synthace. Choose Mantis as the execution mode, select Mantis chips as the input plate, and simulate. Synthace automatically uses the information you've provided to generate instructions for the Mantis to use. So click Start Execution, and then download those Mantis instructions. Unzip the folder, and you'll have two files, a dispense list and a plate definition file. The dispense list is a list of the liquids that the Mantis will dispense, as well as the end volume and location of those liquids. Drag the dispense list to the Mantis folder called Dispense Lists. The plate definition file contains the geometry of the output plate. If you've used this plate before, you don't need to worry about this. If it's a new plate, drag this folder to the plate definitions folder. Then you can open the Mantis software. The Mantis will start initializing, doing its stretches, and spinning the carousel if you have it, which will detect the position of the RFID chips. In the Mantis software, load your dispense list file by clicking the Open folder and finding your dispense list file. This will then populate the dispense list with your liquids, and you can visualize where the Mantis will put them. You can also rearrange the liquids in your dispense list to control the order in which they're dispensed. You'll also have a reagent list which will show the positions of the liquids on the Mantis. You can select which liquid you want in any deck position by selecting from the drop-down or dragging and dropping the liquid from the dispense list. You can also specify the type of chip you're using. A low volume chip is useful for dispensing small volumes with precision. The high volume chips are great for larger volumes, and the continuous chips are great for even higher volumes and for dispensing into deep well plates. The high volume chips are very versatile, but aim to choose a chip which best matches your use case. You can use different chips for different liquids in the same run. You can also specify how the source liquid is attached, whether it's a tube or a pipette tip. If you have RFID enabled, you can also click this button in the reagent list to scan the chips, and the Mantis will recognize the chip type. If your device struggles to pick up and put down chips, you'll want to tune or teach the positions on your Mantis. You can do this by going to Chip Changer, Tuning, then selecting the position you'd like to tune, and following the steps provided. You don't have to do this before every run. Now you can set up the Mantis. The Mantis usually has 6 positions, but in this case we have a carousel called the LC3 which can hold up to 24 50mm falcons. And we have the second position, the ACC, which can hold 4 50mm falcons. To load the deck, you can load the falcon with your source liquid, attach a chip, and then connect the liquid to the chips using the plastic tubing. The high volume tubing is green and the low volume tubing is transparent. If you've only got a small volume of your reagent, you can take a pipette tip containing your sample and attach it to the chip, and finally add your output plate. Before you start your experiment, you'll need to prime the lines. This fills the plastic tubing with your source liquid so it's ready to dispense. To do this, in the Mantis software, click Device, Prime All. If one of your liquids didn't prime properly, simply click on one of the liquids in your reagent list, then click Device, Prime Input. Then click on the liquid to return it to its original position. Once all the lines are primed, click Play. The Mantis will take the liquids one by one and dispense them onto the plate. Once you finish your run, remove your plate. You can recover precious liquid back into their falcons by clicking Device, Recover All. Then you'll want to run a wash cycle. You should specify the wash method for each chip. You can do this individually in the reagent list by clicking the chip button, or click the bulk edit button to make changes to multiple chips at once. Then choose your wash type. In this case, we'll do a 3-station wash. This means it will wash each chip with water from wash station 1, then 70% ethanol from wash station 2, and then water from wash station 1. Change your wash volume of each step to a reasonable volume, such as 300 to 500 microliters. You can connect all your pipes to a waste falcon, or simply leave them in your input liquids if you're not using them again. You'll want to make sure this bottle is filled with distilled water, and you'll want to make sure that this bottle is filled with 70% ethanol. Then simply click Device, Wash All. And that's it, your device will be ready to run your next experiment.